Another mass shooting, Texas. This is my life in the Shire. Renee, what's going on with this story?
On Friday, April 28th, around 11:30 p.m., neighbors allegedly asked Francisco Oropeza, 38 years old, to stop firing shots in his front yard because they were trying to get their baby to sleep. Moments later, Francisco allegedly came into their home, opened fire, and five people were pronounced, including an 8-year-old boy. Now, Francisco is still on the run. They do have an $80,000 reward out, and so far they have no leads. Isn't that correct, Donald?
Yeah, so they're saying the AR-15. Here we go again. That weapon comes up in Texas. At 18 years old, you can literally just walk in a gun store and say, "I want that," and walk out with one. Now, the students of Robb Elementary School, they are really fighting to get rid of that gun. But let's get back to the story. So they're saying that the neighbors, they're trying to go to sleep. Now, Friday night, the victims ranges from 8 to 31. There was a
Right,
21-year-old, 25-year-old, 18-year-old. This is really tragic because that's really young ages.
right.
Now, how many other people were in the house?
It was 10 people total in the home.
Right, that's a lot of people to be in the house, by the way. But anyway, that's cool. Hey, you know what? You got your family in there. Right, so 10 people in the house, five of them execution style. They will
Yep.
never beat the survivors. And so that's why I say three children were taken to the hospital because they were covered in blood. Wow.
Right. Yeah, so they found that, unfortunately, they found two women pronounced, but they were protecting them. So they found them on top of them. So that's where all the blood came from. So those women sacrificed their life for those kids.
Unbelievable. One thing I want to talk about is if you have a neighbor, whether you like them, hate them, don't know them, or whatever, you pay your tax dollars. And a lot of people don't want to call the police because a lot of people take that even more personal.
Yeah.
I know people that just be livid when the police pop up at their door, even if they guilty. Like if you blasted music, people get, and then the police show up, they know it's you. They can put two and two
Well,
together. So I'm
well, yeah,
wondering, is
black.
that why they didn't call the police and they confronted themselves, or what?
Well, a point though. Blasting music is one thing, but he was actually firing a weapon. So you definitely shouldn't confront anyone firing a weapon. One of the reasons why maybe they didn't call the police, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe they're here illegally. They're from Honduras, and so maybe that's possibly why. And Francisco Oropeza is also, I believe they say, is here illegally. He's a Mexican national as well.
Right, I did hear that. All right, so now, if you're gonna confront your neighbor that's shooting an AR-15 and
Don't do
he's
it.
suspected of being drunk, he's suspected allegedly. They believe him to
Yes.
be consuming alcohol that night. It's best
Right.
just to wait till the morning, let it roll that night, and then say, "Hey, bro, man." And sometimes, even when you try to confront neighbors in the nicest way
Right.
possible, but
Yeah.
sometimes some people are jerks. We did a story of the Detroit over the pizza.
The pizza. Yeah.
It's just like road rage when you got neighbors.
Right.
It's road rage. It's the same concept. It's the level of intensity of anger goes up times 10. Because how dare
Yeah.
you? That's what he was kind of
Right.
feeling like. How dare you tell me what I can do on my property?
Right. Yeah. 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 I think we're in a time where confronting people is just not safe. I think people are too short fused. Tempers flare, and I think it's just safe, like you said, to just have. If you didn't want to call the police, then unfortunately, I know the baby was trying to sleep, but I'm sure he would have stopped at some point.
I say this, I mean, like, right, even let's say if I wanted to have to confront a neighbor, I would try to do it in the most humble way possible. I know some people do it in the worst way. Hey, and then that's when it's like, whoa, hold up. What did you just say to me? If you confront your neighbor, do it in the most respectful, humblest way. Hey, bro, man, it's your property. That's cool, man. I ain't mad at you, homie. Man, but hey, bro, I got some kids, man. You think you could try to, man, maybe tomorrow or something? It's cool, bro. I mean, whatever you
Right.
want, you know.
Right.
But
As long as they're not shooting a weapon.
I mean, so the people from Robb Elementary School, they are in court right now. They are really pushing to get they ain't even really asking for much in Texas because they know they ain't gonna get much. They in Texas. They ain't
Right.
giving up no AR-15s and no type of weapons in Texas. Make
Right.
no mistake. But they are trying to get the legal age of gun purchases from 18 to 21. And that ain't asking much. So they're pushing for that. And they haven't had no movement. In fact, they say that it's moving in the opposite direction. Now, this happened in Cleveland, Texas, which is north of Houston, Texas. Most people that go to Texas and visit and move go to Houston, go to Dallas. I didn't even know
Right.
they had a Cleveland, Texas. Go ahead.
Yeah, neither did I. So, question. So, the FBI is saying that they have no leads. So, do you think it's possible that he's in Mexico by now because he is in Mexico, Mexican national? They saying they have no clue, no idea. They're going door to door. Do you think it's possible he's in Mexico by now?
Right. I mean, the border's so wide open coming in. I mean, it's probably wide open going out. So if I'm him, I would just walk clean right over that border, like, hey. But a lot of people do get still caught, like the United States government. If you want somebody bad enough, make a phone call to Mexico, or they will even allow bounty hunters or whatever to go out there and hunt them down. So I wouldn't say Mexico is very safe even in that aspect. So he can still be extradited, in other words.
Right. And also, I think that they should up that reward. 80K. I mean, he took out 5 people, including a child. I think maybe they raise it to 100K
I
or a
think
little
the
more, maybe.
manhunt they have for him, they will catch him. I think they found a cell phone. They thought they had him. They
Yeah.
thought they had him covered, but it ended up
Right.
just being his cell phone. So I think they know that they're gonna get him within the week, even with the 80K. But if they don't have him within a week and a half, yeah, they're gonna up their reward.
Yeah, yeah. And if he's in Mexico, that'll make it harder, but he can't be extradited. Also, Texas does have the death penalty. Do you think that if they do catch him, he'll get,
Oh yeah, yeah,
the
he
death
gonna get
penalty?
that. He gonna get that. Um,
Yeah.
and so you know what? He just made it a lot of harder for asylum seekers and people coming over here. Cause now you know what the Texas lawmakers gonna be like. Up, see Biden. This is what you asked for. So he just made it a lot
Right.
harder.
Yeah,
So
well, hopefully, they'll catch him. I mean, the people who survived are going to be traumatized forever. There were kids that survived that, and it's just a horrible tragedy.
right. Anyway, shout out to everybody sending me story. Renee, thanks for coming on. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this video. Peace, y'all.
Pussy on fire. Ooh, down to the wire. It's my life in the shy. Ooh, it's my life in the shy.